Okay, so hello to you all. Welcome to another update for the Calculus product. In this case, this is going to be the 5th update. This new update is going to incorporate new logic, I would say, for multiple types of entries. What does it mean? So, as you may notice, for example, what did happen with the last trade. Let's assume we hit the take profit or a stop loss, or we hit the profit level from the highest high point or the lowest low points. So in that case, we would wait until we would receive a new potential entry, but it would has to be reverse order. So let's say, for example, we have a short, we wouldn't have any more shorts. Instead, we will just be waiting, for example, for a new long. But with this new change, I noticed that, especially, for example, if you're using a short time frame like 1 hour or 30 minutes or stuff like that, it can help, it can help a lot. So in this case, for example, let's assume that you would want to use a multiple multiple consecutive entries. So in this case, for example, you can see that, but let's go with the BTC. This in this example, it can be seen much better with 4 hours. So we can see that initially here we would hit the take profit, and this take profit, it would come from the dynamic exit based on the lowest low and high point. So we would hit this one, and then later on we would have another cross and another short opportunity, as it can be seen from this graph here. So we can see we crossed the lower barrier, and after that we actually crossed it here as well, but here we didn't enter because we were already in a short entry. We exit a short entry, and then we cross it again, and in this case we enter in another short entry. And this was being possible by allowing the multiple consecutive entry. If you would have this disabled, you will only have one short entry, and it wouldn't enter any more short entries. Instead, it will just wait until a new long entry it would be triggered. And the same thing can happen for the long part as well. However, from my calculations, I've noticed that the multiple consecutive entries, at least with the 3 and the 4 hours time frame, both for BTC and ETH, they are not profitable. Like I said in the Telegram as well some weeks ago, you actually lose more than half of the general profits. And not just that, but also the drawdown is increased as well. So overall, it's not worthy for 3 and 4 hours. However, for those of you that would like to make I don't know, like some sort of manual intervention, or you are using with other assets for like 1 hour or stuff like that, yes, it can help by a lot, by a huge margin. So yeah. Now, speaking about the other thing that we have, as you have noticed, now I have the possibility, I re-add it again. If you want to just see the graphic, it can help you with the manual trading. So now, for example, we have the plot channel, and we can plot it on the chart. It's this option is only available with the strategy part. So we can plot it on the chart, and we can have a better visual idea about where the current movement is, and the crosses with the lower and the top part. Now, regarding I have some questions about the settings and so on. So as you noticed, this product has been improved, and it has been add multiple logics, both for entries or for for the risk management and stuff like that. So this, in general, it can be achieved with this option. So we have here the multiple logic combined, and when you have the multiple logic combined, you are going to take into account all these settings that we have here, together with all the new settings that we have, from the dynamic risk management. So it would be the dynamic low, high, and dynamic support and resistance point. However, as I said, this version, even though it's the 5th version, it still has the same initial logic like with the first one, or the second one, or the one that I even released in October 2020. And this way, in order to achieve this one, you would simply select the use calculus only logic, and then you would disable this part here from the dynamic lowest low and highest point. And with these parts that you have here, you would have the true, I would say, pure genuine version of calculus. So for those of you, for example, like that you are using the first version or the second version, and at the same time you want to have the new plots or the new settings, but you are still afraid, but maybe you want to do tests, so this way it can be achieved, while at the same time you can just continue using only the calculus logic while disabling all these other parts from the risk management. So you are going to have the same logic. However, if you want to use the improved one, you just go and you click on reset settings, or you just apply the defaults, and these defaults are the same settings. Let me change the capital because it's too big amount. So these settings are the same settings both for BTC and for ETH USDT. The difference is that BTC is for 4 hours, ETH is for 3 hours. So here we have it. As well, these settings, if you notice, they are going to work with 4 hours as well on the ETH. You can use it. You're actually going to have even lower, even lower drawdown and kind of the same net profit. However, as I specified in the past, sometimes there can be some issues with certain brokers. Like for example, it happened with BTC with Coinbase. So what I decided to do in the end, instead of using any broker, I'm just using the index itself. So it was like with the index itself, it's working. But then again, if you take the difference in the data, in the output of the data, you are going to see some differences, in the total result. But if you want consistency and stability, you can go in the index. But you can also use your own broker. But like I said, be careful, because sometimes, I don't know, for some reason on TradingView, like it happened with BTC, I explained this situation on the Telegram group. We have an entry on all the other brokers except on Coinbase. So yeah, stuff like this can happen, so you have to be careful. But yeah, the initial settings for the ETH, they were for the 3 hours. But like I said, you can use also 4 hours if you want, but the initial ones were with the 3 hours. And in general, for this one, initially it was made with Coinbase, so we were using Coinbase as the default broker. For the ETH, for this, we had no issue. The issue was with the BTC. But yeah, so like I said, if you want to use just the default version, you just go on the default calculus and you disable everything. So here you have, this it would be like the pure version and the pure genuine version, of the calculus without any modification, without anything. However, like I said, I do believe, we already have some months of data, and the new versions, the new logic is working much better than the other one. But yeah, in the end, it's up to you if you want to make the change and use this one, or stay with the previous version. So yeah, that's what we have, for the new logic. I'm going to remember one more time. We have the multiple consecutive entries, and I'm going to show it, for example, for ETH as well, and you can see the total profit is much lower than it was, from 100 something, we have only 30 something thousand. And yeah, but yeah, like I said, if you want to use it with all the time frames, you can do that. So yeah, this is what we have for the new update. So if you have any questions, let me know. In order to get this product, you can find annual details on traderlife.com, and here you have all details, not about just this strategy, but about all of them. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.